Okay, so I'm back on the AI agent store, and I've got the page for Codiga pulled up again.
Ah, yeah, I'm looking at it too.
If you're someone who writes code or, manages people who do, this one seems like it's aimed right at that classic problem.
The whole shipping fast versus not breaking everything dilemma.
Exactly that.
It really is. I mean, it's listed under software development and security. And Codiga, which is now part of Datadog, by the way, is basically a static code analysis platform.
Right.
But the key is it's not just some report you get later. It's meant to be a real-time safety net for the developer.
That's the part that got my attention, the real-time aspect. We've all used linters and tools that scan things later, but this is supposed to work as you're typing.
That's the whole game changer. It's looking at the logic, finding duplicates, checking for security issues while the code is still fresh in your IDE.
So it closes that loop. There's no lag time between making the mistake
Yeah.
and then, finding out about it hours later.
Precisely. And speaking of mistakes, I see you've scrolled down to the security part.
Yeah, it specifically calls out leaked secrets. That feels like a massive selling point.
Oh, it's huge. Leaving an API key or a password in your code, pushing that up to a public repo, it's the stuff of nightmares.
And this claims it can spot that credential the second you type it in.
Which prevents the breach before it even has a chance to happen.
Okay, but I have to be the skeptic here for a second. It also talks about a one-click auto fix. How much can you really trust a button that says it'll just automatically fix your code?
And you should be skeptical. That's actually where the autonomy rating comes in. It's not fully autonomous, it's semi-autonomous.
Meaning it's not just going to take the wheel and drive off.
Exactly. It's more of a co-pilot. It finds the vulnerability or the dirty code, and then it suggests the fix. A human still has to click yes.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
So it's augmenting the developer, not trying to replace their judgment.
That's the model. It handles the little stuff, the syntax hygiene, the common security slip-ups, so you don't have to.
Got it. And what about this other part, the team features? The coding assistant for sharing code snippets.
Yeah, and that's not just for, sharing handy shortcuts.
Right.
It's more about scaling your team's best practices. Let's say your team has a very specific way you want database connections handled.
Okay.
You can create a custom rule for that in Codiga. So now the tool enforces that standard for everyone automatically. You're not just checking for bugs, you're checking for consistency with your team's way of doing things.
Oh, that's really interesting. So instead of a senior dev constantly repeating themselves in code reviews.
We don't do it that way here.
Yeah, the tool just teaches the standard. It sort of codifies the team's culture.
Right. But we do have to look at the trade-offs. It's a freemium model, but the agent itself is closed source.
So you get the convenience, you get the speed, but you don't get to see how it's actually making these decisions under the hood.
That's the deal. And for a lot of teams, that's perfectly fine. It automates the tedious part of the job so people can focus on the hard architectural problems.
It does make me wonder, though, if a tool is always there to fix your sloppy code and enforce the rules for you, do junior developers ever really learn why that code was bad in the first place? Or do you just end up with people who are, completely dependent on the tool?
That is the big question, isn't it? Convenience sometimes comes at the cost of that deeper understanding.
Something to think about. Anyway, you can go check out the full listing for yourself over at aiagentstore.ai.
And hey, a quick thank you from us to everyone who's been rating the show. It genuinely helps us out a lot.
It really does. Thanks for listening.